So Friday, May 23rd, the third day of the festival, was one that actually I got to breathe a little sigh of relief because we'd pulled off Sun Ra Day. The festival was underway, and there were still some hiccups to be had, but it became apparent like we're going to pull this off. We started off the day with an educational panel at Saturn called Sun Ra in the Magic City, and had myself and Carl LeBlanc and Michael Ray and Noel Scott from the Arkestra, along with Cassandra Griffen, who's an amazing photographer and artist from here, who's known the Arkestra for many, many years, and then Burgin Mathews from the Lost Child of Southern Music Research Center, who wrote an incredible book called Magic City. And I led the panel and just talked to everybody about, Sun Ra and his relationship with Birmingham and what it meant to him, but also just to tell stories about who he was as a man, because here we are, he died in 1993, so we're a good ways out from people having ever had, one-on-one interaction with him. It was really amazing. I wish it had lasted even longer. It was an hour-long panel discussion. It could have gone on for two, but we had to cut it short, and had a really good crowd there for that as well. It was awesome, and can't thank Brian from Saturn enough for allowing us to have that there, because it was a really important part of the festival. We moved on from there to what will be probably my favorite show I've ever put on, ever. We were going to have the Arkestra play at the Nick, and for people who don't know what the Nick is, it is one of the most legendary dirty rock and roll clubs, not just here in Birmingham, Alabama, but really the deep South in the country, known as the CBGBs of the South, and a place where all sorts of legendary artists have performed over the years before they got big. And Sun Ra and the Arkestra actually played there in 1988, one of the most legendary shows that ever happened at the Nick. I just thought when I was planning out this festival, I was like, we want to have the centerpiece of Sun Ra Day happening at the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame, but what if we did something really cool and have the Arkestra play in a 225 cap room, this dingy, dirty rock and roll club, in the south side of Birmingham, which has a really tiny stage. And what if we brought them back and had them play there again, the first time since 1988? And I ran the idea by their manager, and he was like, let's do it. We got this thing lined up for May 23rd and had the band come and perform at the Nick. The line to get in that room was around the block, and I've never seen so many people there ever in my life. We got everybody in the room finally, packed in like sardines. They were going to come in from outside the venue and come in and just get on stage and start performing. And that moment when they came down from the van and made their way into the Nick, and you could see as people were parting, and they started to make their way in, and they were chanting as they were walking in, and I just had this feeling. I was like, I can't believe this is getting ready to happen. Like, this is insane. And the energy at the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame was incredible. This was on another level, and I mean, it was palpable. Like, you could feel it in the air. People were going crazy as they're peeling off, and everybody's going out into the parking lot, and there's just Noel and a few of the other people on stage. And there was a moment where he says, this is Sun Ra's band. And he started leading this chant of Ra, 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 and watching that whole room just with fists pumped in the air, going Ra, 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 and just like, it was just a moment of like pure joy for me. I just felt like, wow, we did you right, Ra. We did something incredible for you. I hope you hear us. I hope you see this moment. I hope you are able to see the joy on these people's faces. We pulled this off for you.
This was the Sun Ra